Welcome to another Danger Cat podcast. It's me, your boy, Uncle Hack, back again in the booth, talking about some bullshit, Battle of Alberta, having a few too many drinks. I think we've all done that before, so I'm going to yap about that for a little bit. And that's pretty much it. Just a reminder, use the code PodCast69 for 15% off your order at dangercatshop.com. And yeah, be sure to smash subscribe. And also, if you're on iTunes, give us a rating. I would really appreciate that. I do like going in and reading all the comments and that bullshit. So anyways, here is the episode. Welcome back to another Danger Cats podcast. It is me, Uncle Hack. First off, I want to say thank you to everybody that took the time to DM me and that listened to the last episode. I appreciate the fuck out of it. That was very kind of you. I am all about that. Nothing wrong with, sometimes putting yourself out there, it can backfire and kick you in the nuts. And I'm happy that this time it didn't. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody that messaged me. I got a lot of fucking rad messages, I will admit. One in particular, one fella messaged me and just said thank you for creating Danger Cats because he was capable of finding some friends and people that align their thoughts and same sense of humor or whatever it is. He was able to find some friends, so that's actually a pretty cool feeling if you really think about it. Yeah, sure, it's great to make some money and do something you love, but if you can bring people together, that's to me that's bigger than anything else. It's worth its weight in gold. So thank you everybody that did take time and send me a nice message. I really truly do appreciate it. That's very kind of you to take time out of your life just to, you know, reach out and even say that me talking about those issues help them go and find help or open up to people because that's what it's about. At the end of the day, do I put in the universe, put into the world that being a shitbag is all right? To a degree, I do, yes. And am I the first one to admit that, yes, do I find overconsumption of alcohol and the stupidity that that ensues after doing so hilarious? Yes, I do. I don't think there's any problem with going out and having a few too many drinks, if you know what I'm saying. Um, to me, as long as it's not a problem. If you're an alcoholic, go get help. If you're a weekend warrior or and a days off kind of guy that finally gets a few. Uh, what am I trying to say here? I fucking lost my trace of thought. God damn it, am I stupid today? Didn't get a good sleep last night. Fuck. It is hotter than the hubs of hell in this condo and I just sweat all night long. It's like I'm a whore in church, for Christ's sakes. A gay guy at a fucking weenie roast. I just leak. It's probably good for the pores, and just sweating out these toxins all the time. But my God, I gotta like wash my bed sheets every 2 days. It's a pain in the ass. It's a fucking pain in the ass. I feel like a fat kid in gym class. I just you wake up and you're just like sweat. And it's not even from like a bad dream. It's just too fucking hot. And how I sleep through it, I have no idea. So I turned the heat off last night. So guess what? It's a fucking goddamn ice house in here after. You can't win, I tell you. You just can't win. Few cool things to talk about. The Battle of Alberta. Wow. Wow. Those last 3 games between Calgary and Edmonton have been phenomenal. Nothing short of fucking great. Like, I don't even know where to begin. First off, let's go to the game that caused all of this. The Kachuk hit on Cassian. beautiful. You know what? At the time, I was enraged. It was like, "Man, you pussy. What are you doing? You have to fight." But I'm glad that they didn't that game because this has just caused a fucking landslide of events to happen. Oh, it's beautiful. And the second game when they actually do drop the gloves and go, what fucking phenomenal. There is actually what seems and now it'll never be like it was back in the 80s. And all of us consider, oh yeah, the hate is back. The hate, no, like Edmonton and Calgary in the 80s, early 90s, that was a bloodbath. They hated one another. Like they were going out to hurt one another. This is nothing like that. This isn't nowhere near what it used to be by no means. But we are knocking on the door of it. If these two meet up in the playoffs, oh my God, that'll be the series to watch. 100%. It'll be like Philly and Pittsburgh in what was it, 2014, 2015, I believe. Oh, it was just it was a great series back to back. Crosby ends up fighting Giroux. It was just hard hitting. It was good playoff hockey. Where if these two meet up, especially with these last three games, and then we got one more left on April 4th. Oh, my God. If that doesn't get your peen hard, I don't know what does. You might want to go to a doctor, get your head checked, fucking flick your nutsack a few times. Make sure that thing still functions because, my God, we are in for a treat April 4th. I think either one of two things. Either the league is going to come down on them and be like, hey, you guys you got to knock it the fuck off. You're making us look horrible. Even though there's been a few other games with some melees in it, this one stands out the most, I think, because of the series of events. And God forbid, you know what pisses me off in Canada is Sportsnet and TSN. We need like a West Coast, like anything past Quebec. That's what we'll cover. The Western Hockey League, fucking Christ. For all I care, you could cover the CFL teams because nothing is more annoying than flipping on Sportsnet and you want your highlights and they talk about Jack Campbell coming to the fucking Toronto Maple Leafs. Who gives a shit? It's a backup goalie at best. Everybody's losing. And plus, the Leafs fucking suck this year. Kyle Clifford, everybody's talking about Kyle Clifford all over Sportsnet TSN like this is going to be the savior to their team. Kyle fucking Clifford, are you kidding me? My God. I hate the fact that in Canada, everything revolves around Toronto sports teams when it comes to sports networks. Like, fuck, is it drive me nuts? Every time you turn it on, well, the Raptors have lost another one, and they got to talk about the Raptors for 20 minutes. Then you get the Blue Jays are thinking about signing. We're not even close. Like, spring training is around the corner. They're already talking about the fucking Blue Jays. Who gives a shit about the Blue Jays right now? Like, oh God, it drives me mental. It literally drives me mental. There's nothing I could do about it. I don't have the money to start a sports net. You know what? I do have a YouTube channel though, so maybe I should just do my own sports net. Hmm. Yeah. Should we bring back a version of Hockey Night in Fuckville again? I was thinking about doing pro tips with a dipshit, a hockey show. And then we've been tossing. And another thing, oh man, I'm going all over the place. Battle of Alberta, stay on track, Brendan. This Battle of Alberta right now that we're currently getting, fuck, it's the best thing we've seen in the past 6 years between the two. Let's be honest. Edmonton sucked fucking hind cock for how long? 14, 15 fucking years? We make the playoffs once, make it to the second round. Where if Calgary would have, could you imagine if Calgary would have beat Anaheim that year? Edmonton was in the playoffs and they met up in the second round. Oh, baby, that would probably awoke a little bit of a beast there, especially being so close. They would have a border crossing in Red Deer, checking for knives, grenades, fucking shotguns, just because every jackass and his daughter are heading down to fucking the Red Mile to just cause a complete melee. You are guaranteed a few scraps in the crowd when Edmonton and Calgary play and they're tight games or they're shit show games like that. You are guaranteed every time. It's no doubt in my mind. Now, for those of you that don't know, I grew up in Southern Alberta. I am an Oiler fan. So this isn't just like, oh, I moved to Edmonton and now I'm an Oiler fan. No, it's been my whole life. I am an Edmonton Oiler fan, and one of my favorite players, Anson Carter. Anson Carter is one of my favorite players. Dougie Waite, I know, American. Fuck me, right? I think both of them are. Anson Carter's American too. But Zach Cassian has now taken the number one spot. That brand of human right there, that brand of beast, that brand of psychopath. You see the way he looks at people? My God, I would shit my pants. If he was staring, you imagine sitting in the bar, you talk to a girl, you sit down, and that guy is just giving you those fucking look right through you eyes. Like, he doesn't even see you there. He will go right through you to get to where he needs to be. Oh, baby. Like when Kachuk skated by that bench in that first goal in that second game, when was it? The end of January there. Oh my God. You could feel the tension through the goddamn TV. He was not having it. Then, the one thing that we talk about, the often talked about, rarely seen goalie fight. Nothing like Cam Talbot skating 100 feet to get his ass kicked. And I don't know if you've seen it, but there was an article that came out, and Talbot was talking about how the old lady's giving him an earful after, because she sat up in the press box, or the box there, and just decided to pump some wine into her. And then he has to drive home afterwards, and the wife is just filling his ear full of shit. Could you imagine that? How shitty would that be? Not only, not only do you fight center ice at the Dome, get beat up. Now you there. When's the last time you seen a goalie fight in the NHL? I tried looking it up and I couldn't find nothing before I hopped on the mic here. And now the whole league has eyes on you. And the worst part is now you have to drive home with your old lady, and she is just filling your fucking ear full of nonsense after you know what, you literally got beat up in front of every eyeball that watches the NHL. Because of course you are going to tune in and see who fought as a goalie. Of course you are. You're not an idiot. You want to see a goalie fight. Imagine being live. Now put yourself in his situation. The wife the wife is just letting him have it. I would fucking pull over, call an Uber, and be like, you listen, your ride is on its way because I'm not dealing with this shit right now. Do you see? I skated 100 feet from Mike Smith to fill me up with three fucking right hands. Three right hands. One of them just absolutely phased me. I was on Queer Street for a second. Do you think I want to be on Bitchy Street now with your ass in the fucking passenger seat? Not a chance. So I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up before I bust that bottle of wine over your dome. I'm just joking. I don't condone of violence against women. But I mean, sometimes I'm not saying like they need a hit, but sometimes a good stern talking, that goes for everybody though, not just women. Some people just need a fucking smack upside the head. I'm sorry, but it's just true. It's just it's I don't know. People are fucking dumb. That's what I'm getting at. Oh, yeah, that Battle of Alberta, though. I am so happy that happened. I'm so happy that it woke something up again in this province, especially with the two of them in the Pacific Division. And that is a tight division as it is. We're talking like 3 points and you're fucking done, son. And we're winding down to the end of the season. You know, every game matters at this point. Playoffs are right around the fucking corner. Oh, it is a good time to be a hockey fan. A hockey fan in Alberta that likes either of those teams, even to just be in the environment. If both of them meet up in the first round, it is going to be fabulous. It sucks because then well, not really, because you're guaranteed one Alberta team to move on, but it sucks that it couldn't be later because that would make for a great series. Imagine that a second round series, maybe even third round where it won't happen. But for that to be a second round series would be phenomenal. Oh God, I couldn't imagine. The last time I just moved up here, and right when Edmonton made the playoffs last, and I've never had more fun. I don't think I've had a better time. Just you know what? Maybe we'll go out and have a few drinks and watch the game. Yep, not a problem. I am skunked, shithouse drunk every fucking time. Every time. I remember my buddy. He got a little pissed up on Cinco de Mayo. He hits me up and he goes, "Listen, I got a little. I jumped the gun. We were heavy into the liquor. Everybody's feeling a little loose on the juice. Wants to head to the city for a big Oiler playoff game because he's living out in Regina." And calls me up. "Listen, everybody bailed on me. I got way too drunk, bought tickets to an Oiler game, and now nobody wants to go. I got an extra one. What do you say?" He's like, "It's a Sunday game. We'll go. We'll have a few beers, and we'll call it a night." Yeah, classic few beers tale. Classic few beers tale. Yeah, I'm just going out for a couple. You ever said that dumbass statement right there? "I'm just going out for a couple, babe. I'll be home in right after the game." Psych. Joke's on you. The first period, I think Edmonton went up 3 or 4 rip. And it was like we just looked at one another and knew. You didn't even need to say anything. It was just that look. You look at your buddy and you're like, you know what? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. We need to just pound the liquor until we can't even remember our own names and our pants are full of piss and really just enjoy the moment, you know? Not too often your buddy comes in from Regina either, so I had to take not just me, we took full advantage of that because that was a slaughter. I think the final was like a 6-2 win in the playoffs against Anaheim. I'd have to go back and fact check. I can't remember. It was we'll just say we had great tickets, great seats in the house, behind the goalie in the attack zone twice, which those are expensive to begin with. And somehow we slipped under the radar and got them for like 180, $200 a piece, which is unheard of in Canada. For you Americans that have an NHL team in your city, I'm going to break this down for you. It is disgusting what we pay up here to go and see a fucking hockey game. I to sit in the fucking nosebleeds, 80, maybe $100. Now that's not even like that doesn't even fucking account for the beers that you're gonna crush. Because if you're in the nosebleeds, you already got cheap seats, so that means you got extra money to go and dump on some fucking $15 beers. When I was in Phoenix, I went down to Phoenix for a stag, and we walked up to the box office there. Simple question. "Hey, got any tickets tonight?" "Yes, sir, we do." "Well, we need 15 of them." "Right on. Well, we got VIP seating for you at $40 a ticket. You'll sit press right by where they do the color commentary." So we met Biz Nasty and Tyson Nash. And then on top of it, there was a buffet behind us with lobster, steak, mashed potatoes, everything that mom would cook for you was there. And then some, some roasted carrots. Fuck, life was good. And get this, dollar beer night, dollar hot dog night. And those that listen pretty adamant, you've probably seen Hoover on here, my cousin Hoover. I've never seen a man put back that many hot dogs in the span of 6 hours. I'm talking from puck drop to the end of the night. It was definitely longer than that, but when I was with him for 6 hours, I think I seen him take down a total of 8 hot dogs. Every period, he would go down, get 2 beers, 2 hot dogs, and then after the fucking game, we go to the bar. Well, fuck, on the smoke deck, guess what they got? They got a guy roasting fucking some dogs right there. What does he do? Saddles up. Doesn't even get a beer in him first. He goes right to the hot dog guy and loads up a fucking dog. And it wasn't like those shitty rink dogs, the smaller ones are selling for $1. So you can imagine they're the shitty, Oscar Mayer small ones. No, this was a fucking hot dog, an American hot dog. And when you say American, everything's fucking Biggie size. That thing was like a fucking, black guy's dong. It was massive. He choked that thing back, no problem. We go to another bar, guess what they got? More hot dogs. He's crushing fucking dogs like it's no problem. I couldn't believe it. Just a disgusting human. Could you imagine, like, if he fucking took a 15-foot, maybe 20-foot jog and started sweating, I could just imagine the smell that would just, God, that smell coming through his pores. Ugh, you disgusting animal. What's wrong with you? God, imagine that. 8 hot dogs, 6 hours. Like, that's it. That's like, come on here. Nobody wants to be known as a guy that crushes 8 hot dogs in 6 hours, but he is. And he owns it. He owns it. He loves himself a hot dog. Everywhere he goes. 2 things he gets at every arena he ever goes to watch a sports team. He gets a jersey. First things first, he gets a jersey because that's what he does. That's what he collects. Second thing, after he gets the jersey, well, fuck all that hard work of finding which jersey you just bought. You need a hot dog. You need to wash it down with a fucking Bud Light seltzer or whatever they have down there. All them commercials. Oh, yeah, the Super Bowl. We had the Super Bowl on the weekend. Wow. That was a great football game. I can't sit here and talk stats about football with you. I can't sit here and tell you, you know, anything about the game. I'm not that smart with it, but I do enjoy watching it. And it was a very entertaining game. But one thing I took from this is, some people just need to shut the fuck up. That halftime show was great. You can't tell me that you weren't entertained watching J-Lo and Shakira shake their ass. And then you got all these Christian moms out there and being like, I can't believe the NFL would allow J-Lo on a stripper pole. Well, some of your daughters are going to grow up to be strippers. So it's maybe just time to accept the fact that your daughter is going to show her pussy to the world. And there's nothing wrong with that. We need more girls like that. You know what? That's something. Maybe I look at shit different. Maybe I'm a little weird. Maybe I'm a little fucked up. But you know what? At the end of the day, who gives a fuck? Does it affect you? No. Do you give a shit? No. And if you do, why? Why? Does it bother you that bad that J-Lo did a couple spins on a fucking pole? It bothers you that bad, even though I could see maybe why, because your husband would rather be sitting in the titty club than listening to your fucking annoying ass. That's for sure. Could you imagine that? Imagine being with somebody that's so insecure that they can't even handle the fact that you go into a strip club where, up here in Canada, where I'm from specifically, in Edmonton, you are not allowed to touch the dancers. So all you can do is use your little eyeballs and look at their tits, ass, vajayjay, whatever. You can't touch. If you do touch, your ass gets thrown out of the club. So when people get, wow, why would you want to go down there and look at these girls when you got one like me? Because you put on fucking 30 pounds after high school, okay? You got some attitude that I don't know where it came from, that you think that you're fucking, you think that you're Giselle. You think that you're on the catwalk every weekend, even though your fat is just like busting at the seams of the pants that you don't fit into anymore. You are pathetic. You annoy the shit out of me. Every time I come home, you bitch at me. And you don't want to know what? When I go into that strip club, they're excited to see me because I'm about to spend money on them. I go out, I buy you a nice watch. Wow. Was that in the budget? I did something nice for you. You know what I mean? That's why some of these men enjoy going to a strip club rather than sitting at home with their wife. Because some of these females, I tell you, they'll drive you mental. They'll drive you mental. And it goes fucking vice versa. You know what? If you're a shitbag too, there's some good women out there with some horrible husbands, There's some good girls out there that are just phenomenal. And you can think of one off the top of your head and you're like, how in the fuck is she with him? Just an all-star rocket, doesn't really care. He must have a cock on him like a horse. Fuck. And I'm over here jerking off. I can't lock anything down. It's a wonderful world, isn't it? It's a crazy fucking world. Yeah, it makes me laugh. Makes me laugh how much people think their opinion matters. I know for a fact, like anything I say holds no weight to it. I don't think I'm gonna fucking change the world at any moment in time. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do anything great with my life. I'm not gonna, find a cure for the coronavirus by no means. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna be the next person to fucking cure AIDS. No medical you're not getting anything but my stupid mouth ratting and raving about shit and talking on a podcast, maybe making the odd funny clip, writing some blogs. Fuck. You're not getting big things out of me. So I understand when I say shit that it holds no weight. No weight whatsoever. I am literally an idiot that fucking found a way to make this microphone plug into my computer so I can record on this camera if you're watching on YouTube or you're listening in your truck just to do some stupid shit. I like stupid shit. At the end of the day, that's what I enjoy the most is um you know, you're sitting in the shop. I'm going to paint a picture for you. I'm going to paint a beautiful picture for you. You're sitting in the shop with the boys and you get bullshitting. You get laughing and then somebody has a few too many beers and says, "I bet you," and insert whatever you want in there. And next thing you know, you're jumping a go-kart over a trash can on fire with everybody on their phones out and you have the best time of your life. That's what I live for. Those are the moments, or you're sitting in the bar and one gets away on you and you end up having the fucking best night of your life. We're just going to go for a couple drinks. Just a couple drinks, which I think is hilarious. Every male, if most males on this planet have let one get away on them, and it ended up being the best time that they've ever had, and that's okay. It's okay to go have a few too many drinks. That's why I'm here to tell you. I should be a psychiatrist. Old lady sends you down. You know what? I think he's got a problem. Uncle Hack, just listen to him speak. Not a problem. Hack, it's I'm having the time of my life, but I just find myself having a few too many every now and then. You know what, my son? It's okay. It's all right. We're going to get you through this. It's fine. You didn't go out. You didn't rape nobody. You didn't murder nobody. You're not hurting nobody but yourself. And that's okay. Some of the best advice I can give you right there. It's fine. You know what? Fuck people. Fuck people's opinions. They can shove them up their ass. I could give a shit what you think, what you have to say. I love talking with people and dicking around. That makes for the best time. I am all for that. It's nice because now, if I go out by myself, I can always run into somebody and sit and have a few beers, shoot the shit, boom, hop to the next bar. And then I'm not saying I'm famous or anything, but it's nice to be recognizable to the fact that people want to talk to you instead of sitting at the bar. There's been a few. You end up, you're out of town on work or you're going somewhere, sitting in the airport. You got some time to burn. Nobody wants to fucking sit there and talk with you. It's a very rare occasion now. Everybody sits on their phones. Sometimes you get some funny fucking stories out of people, man. I can sit if somebody wants to sit and shoot the shit with me, boom, phone goes away because God knows what could come out of their mouth. You start getting them going and the best thing you can do is tell an embarrassing, funny story about yourself. And plus, who gives a shit? Do you think you're ever going to run into that guy again? And who knows? Maybe you make a good friend. Maybe that's a business connection, all because you sat there and you had a bullshit with a guy telling some funny fucking stories. Next thing you know, you got friends all over the world. And that's how that's how me and fucking Hooven, whenever we travel, phones away. And we just sit and we shoot the shit. And it's funny because he'll sit in an airport, doesn't pull his phone. He'll watch the sports highlights. And then I do the same thing. And next thing you know, you're shooting the shit with a guy and fuck, you hit it off. Great guy. Yeah, you come to Edmonton ever? No, 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 no. But you come to this place? No, but I want to. Well, fuck, here's my number. Hit me up when you come through. Boom, you shoot him a text, add him on Instagram, whatever. There's so many ways to contact him. Next thing you know, boom, you're in New York City having a few too many. Couple fucking drinks. That's all it takes. Couple drinks. A couple drinks will you know what? Fuck, I'm mumbling my words. A couple drinks could save the world. That's all it takes. Just a couple drinks. No wonder everybody thinks I'm a full-blown alcoholic. Always talking about boozing. I'm fucking, you know what? Now that like I said in the last episode, now that I've like put the drugs away, I haven't touched them in almost 8 months now, 9 months, knocking on the door of. And it's been a lot better, like going out and just having a few beers. That's it. I'm back to being myself. I feel fucking fabulous. My sense of humor is back. Like, it's good. I feel good again. And I've never been happier. Like I've never wanted, something more in my life than to do this. And but the content I do put out, I can see why everybody thinks I am a fucking shitbag of a human, that I just suck at life and I'm just really good at being an alcoholic. I can definitely see that, because if you watched that last episode of 9 Lives, my God, that still makes me laugh. I think that's one of the fucking funniest things. I was out at a biker rally, and this is my first biker rally I've ever been to. As you can tell, I'm not really a biker, but so we get out there, and the guy that runs it, his name's Red, and he's a wicked guy. He's a super nice guy, and he kept buying me drinks, and I'm like, listen, man, like I don't want to get too messed up. Like I don't want to, make a fool out of myself, or have too much fun. And he's like, yeah, whatever, man. You're here. We brought you here because, we want you here, and you promoted the event. You did as best as you could. And, like, we don't want you, you're doing a good job. So don't worry about it, man. Relax. You're already here. Relax. Have a good time. So me and him get drinking whiskey, drinking another one. Just a classic couple of drinks right here. This is a classic couple of drink stories. Couple of drinks. Here we go. Fuck, couple more. And then he's like, all right, Hack, we'll get you to introduce that band. And I am waxed. And I put the clip of it on my Instagram at Uncle Hack 69. Go watch this. It is like, it's atrocious. I am pinned. Brody edited it so it sounds like one of them sirens when the war is about to start when I fire it off. Oh God, I make no sense. Oh, the subtitles on it just make it that much better. The comedic effect to it just like it heightens. I don't know. I don't care. I don't put too much weight on that kind of shit. It's like whatever. I made an ass out of myself. So what? I don't give a fuck. But right after, the next day, I was like, oh my God. And, I went up to Red and I apologized, and he goes, what do you mean? What are you apologizing for? That was one of the funniest things I've fucking seen in a while. So those boys had a great sense of humor, and, like, I hate the fact that I look like a complete moron out there, but I mean, at the end of the day, who gives a shit? A fucking guy had a couple drinks. Oh, fuck. Oh, that kind of shit just kills me. Oh, fucking. It's like one guy, he went off on Twitter on me one time, and he's actually a friend of mine. I'm not going to sue him. And he goes, he's just fucking, it's like, and the posts are at like 3:30 in the morning. It's like, this is a buddy of mine from Tabor. And just roasting me. And roasting me. He goes on Twitter. He roasts me even more. Then he's on fucking Instagram roasting me. He's just got posts all over the place, just fucking axing me. I wake up at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning to go and start my day. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I text him. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? What? Never had a couple of drinks, a couple too many one night. I'm like, yeah, but I have. I'm the fucking king of it. But like, I've never in my life went on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter just to fucking shred somebody, and then on top of it, throw in just paragraph texts that make no goddamn sense. Are you like, were you drinking whiskey last night? Like, what's your deal? Well, fuck, you can go fuck yourself. I just fucking I had a couple drinks. That's all. Fuck, do I love that shit. Oh, fuck. That's just worth its weight in gold. Just being a manyak shavaz. Just being a pissant. I fucking love it. Never had a few too many, he says. Unreal. Oh, God, no, I got a case of the fuck arounds. Oh, that shit just kills me. It's like, I love going back through this old footage and throwing it up because you just like, what you see on YouTube is only like a quarter of it. Like half the time, we're pissing around and there's moments where the cameras aren't rolling or like we're dicking around somewhere and Brody didn't have a camera on him, but we're still having fun doing it, and like couldn't be blessed with a better life. Like, despite everything I told you guys in the last episode, it sucks, but if that's what needed to happen, then it needed to happen. I'm over it. Just getting over things is a huge thing. I think is if you just let something weigh on you, it's just going to eat you up. So at the end of the day, fuck it. I don't care. That person's not in my life. I could give a shit about him. I hope that, at the end of the day that he figures it out and fucking gets his shit together. But overall, fuck it. Who cares? I don't have time to give a shit about things in the past. All I can do is work to make things better in the future and just make sure my guard's up a little higher. That's all. And I know, I don't know. It's strange. There's so many weird ways you can take things, and if you let it weigh on you forever, it's just it'll fucking kill you. You'll spend half your life fucking worrying and wondering about what it could have been, why I didn't change things, and it's not even worth that. It's not even, all the shit that happened last year. This year's looking so much more better. I've got a wicked crew with me. We're trying so many different new things that I've been wanting to do in these 3 years. We're enrolling a new website and have some new characters coming along that we're going to slowly introduce. And, this new website is going to be awesome. I'm really excited. A blog website, writing articles and, staying current with some things. And it's going to be what my main goal is to basically create like a Maxim, but more for a danger cat. You know what I mean? Like lots of drink recipes, lots of I just spoke with a guy. It's not official yet, but a hunter that's wanting to do some writing about hunting, things that he does, and yeah, reviews on guns, all sorts of shit. So not only we'll have some educational shit in there, but it's mainly geared to make you laugh. And for that small stint where I thought I was some political fucking hero, those days are done. I think that I can bring more to the world. Like I have a good sense of humor, and I've learned that over the past couple of years because I find like even in the worst situations, I find something to laugh at. And I think that that's more of my avenue than being some jackass that's just yelling fuck Trudeau. And I'm more excited to be bringing comedy into the world in my form than I am to go and research what fucking Bill C-78 is and do like I don't care enough about it to put that much effort into it. So why would I do it? Where if I find something funny, I put way more effort into that and making a funny video than I would actually giving a fuck about politics. So those days are done. This new website's going to be more so like music. There's going to be more danger kitten content. We're going to be filming a lot more with models around the city, so that's exciting. We're going to be doing a lot more going out and finding some new events to do because a lot of you don't like going to strip clubs. I like going to strip clubs, and you know what, that's fine. So we're gonna try and expand. So if a bar or a venue of any sort, definitely DM me on Instagram and I'll pass it along to our event coordinator that will try and line something up in your town. I would love to get out more. I think that there's some ground that we haven't even touched, and I would love to get out and do some badass shit. So, yeah. Thanks again for tuning in to another Danger Cat podcast. Just a reminder, use the code podcast 69 for your order. And yeah, that's pretty much it, my dangerous little felines. Remember to smash subscribe. That's it. Smash subscribe. If you're on iTunes, definitely give us a rating and leave a comment on there. I do go in from time to time and read it. So definitely do that for me. And thanks again for tuning in to another Danger Cat podcast with your boy, Uncle Hack.